people outside and they're being very loud, so if this audio has people talking and yelling in the background, it's just the people outside. Yeah. Hi, it's Peach and I'm back. It's been a year, which is a long time, and I returned to post more videos. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that I've wanted to talk about and have tried to talk about in the past, but I just never got around to posting the video, and that is art style and how I found my art style, and kind of just talking about art style as a whole topic. Oh, and in the background I'm just drawing some characters. I was doing drawings based on a few outfits I saw on Pinterest and really liked, and then I ended up absolutely loving the first drawing and it's now my profile picture, so that's fun. So anyway, let's get into talking about art style. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is what is an art style and what kind of components make up and what kind of is art style. Art style is the way that you can distinguish someone else's artwork from other people's, and art styles that are very complex and unique can almost immediately be identified with the artist that created the piece of artwork. When I was first getting started with drawing, I had a friend and she had an art style that was heavily inspired by the art style used in the manga Sailor Moon. So when I was drawing with her, we would always be redrawing scenes from Sailor Moon or manga panels. And another big art influence was Cardcaptor Sakura. She had the manga books and she would take them into school and we would draw scenes from them. And it was definitely one of the bigger art influences that kind of helped shape my style. Well, I have this old drawing that I did a few years ago when I first started drawing of one of the characters from Cardcaptor Sakura, and you can definitely see what I was trying to do and replicate the art style, but it definitely turned out very different and it was very terrible and bad. Unfortunately, between the 2 years back when I first drew it and now, I have lost the drawing. I don't know where it's gone, but I would really have liked to have it right now to show you. So I will try and find it before I finish editing, but if I can't find it, then I won't be able to show it. An artist's art style is really what defines and separates their art from everything else. So you could put two pieces of art together, they could be two fan arts of the same character, but if the artists have very strong art styles, you could easily distinguish who drew each character. I think one of the more distinguishing features of my art style is the way I draw noses. It's kind of strange, but I think it's definitely one of the factors that could help tell my art apart from other people's drawings. A few things that I have heard whilst endlessly binging videos on how to find an art style are that you should kind of study your favorite artist's art styles and think about things you like about their style and how you can translate that into your style. It could be the way they shade noses or the way they do their line art, because if you like it and you can translate it into your style, it can really help you feel more confident and like your art more. It definitely helped me feel more comfortable about my art style and come to like my art style more. I was inspired by the artist Lavender Town. You've probably heard of her, with her line art and the way it's textured. So for my line art I use a textured brush. I don't know if it's that visible, but it definitely makes me feel a lot more happy about the way that my final product looks. and it definitely makes me feel a lot happier about the way my digital line art looks, because it took me so long to find a line art brush that I actually felt comfortable using and I actually liked and actually felt nice to use to draw with. Another thing that helped me was knowing that my art style can change over time and that it doesn't have to stay the same forever. It definitely helped me when I was trying new things, because I knew that it doesn't have to be identical to what it used to look like, and I can definitely see the way my art style has changed over the years. I was looking back through my digital art at some of the art I did in the past, and I actually found some drawings that looked very similar to my art style now. There is an aeroplane going by and it just ruined my whole audio, so yay! For this drawing, I found some references of outfits on Pinterest and I drew them onto some characters. I've been creating a original kind of story lately, and I've been thinking about what the characters are going to look like. And these are a few of the designs. So the girl on the left is called Myla. She looks very similar to another character in the story, so I might change a few aspects of her design, but that's how she looks for now. The girl in the middle is Elizabeta. She has to be one of my favourite characters that I've ever created. I just really love her design, and I think that she definitely looks how I wanted her to look. She is one of the main characters, so I wanted her design to look nice because she would be in the story a lot. Finally, the girl on the right is Yelena. She is a main character in the first book, and she is a recurring character in the second book, but she's only mentioned, and a lot of her past starts to get revealed in the second book. I feel really ambitious saying second book when I can barely write one, so it will probably all happen in the same book because I can barely write two. So if I can barely write one, how am I supposed to write two? But I really love Yelena, and she's definitely my second favourite after Elizaveta. All of the names for the characters are special to me in some way. They could be names of a fictional character I've come to love, or just names that happen to have some form of significance. Like Yelena is named after Yelena from Black Widow and the Hawkeye series, Natasha Romanoff's sister. She's one of my favourite characters ever, and I always really wanted to name a character after her, and I thought Yelena she felt like the right character for some reason. When I was shading these drawings, I tried a new technique of shading. Well, it's not a new technique, I've used it before in the past, but I haven't used it for a while. I just shaded with different versions of the colours that I used as the base tones, instead of using a cool blue layer set to multiply. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed me rambling on about art style, and I hope to see you in the next video.